which is top 5 in the NFL during that span. We'll take you back to Lucas Oil Stadium with more on the Steelers matchup with the Colts coming up at the bottom of the hour. All right, let's relive some moments that were definitely smile-worthy in the Bay Area. Oh, there's the smile.
Jimmy G.
All right, second quarter, Garoppolo throwing it up. Tyrann Mathieu, the tip. Oh, this is what you don't think.
Focus.
Juwan Jennings. There is a lot of focus, MJ. You're spot on that one. Niners up 10-0 at the break, fourth quarter. How about the defense?
Get it out.
How about the hit on Kamara?
That was huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, baller alert, maybe 2 weeks ago, MJ, you had Talanoa Hufanga, if I'm not mistaken. The guy just continues to make plays, making you look smart, and more importantly, from a Niners perspective, how about this squad?
D'Amico right up.
4 straight wins. This defense has been terrific. But last time the Saints were shut out by the Niners, Mooch, this looked familiar to you at all?
Wait, I remember this. This must be an interception. Get it, Lance Schulters.
To be fair, there were a lot of interceptions in that game.
Yeah, there's only 4.
Aaron Brooks, 4 picks.
Look at
Your
that.
defense came up big.
Wow. Look at that. I had dark hair. Look at that.
Look at that strut, Mooch.
George Stewart. Bruce DeHaven.
Got a hell of a mop up there.
Young
The
up and
colors
coming.
changed, but the hair still looks good. Time for a little read and react.
I dye it gray now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, me too on the sides. If anyone's believing that, I got some sand to sell you. All right, here we go. Look, George Kittle, reason for celebration here. You've been saying this for a while. They're the scariest team, NFC-wise?
You know, they started the season slow, the 49ers did, but you know what? Now they're healthy. Look out. And then, of course, you add Christian McCaffrey. And I was debating, is it the Eagles? We look pretty darn good as the Niners. I say it's the Niners because of the #1 ranked defense, and it's not even close. This is a great defense. And do I need to talk about Kittle right here, who's got the 85 on his thigh pad, and they got Debo, and they're just doing it on offense both ways.
I'm almost surprised you're not even loving up Dallas, because they're in that conversation as well.
I
right?
like Dallas, but they got 3 losses already. They got to prove to me, hey, Green Bay came back and beat those guys, didn't they?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so this is the team to beat. Look out. Scary. That guy's scary.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. Since week 8, right now, averaging just 10 points per game is what this defense is allowing. So plenty of pieces on the offensive side, MJ, and I know we focused a little bit on the NFC squad. Something tells me Kansas City's maybe the leader of the pack on the AFC side.
Yeah, the poor Rams already dealing with injuries. Is Coach next? Oh, got a good one there from Roger Carter Jr. You need a little awareness there, huh, Coach?
Wow, I have a little awareness running by me. I mean, oh my gosh, but it's one of those deals. It's really not that big a deal. I think it probably looked worse when you end up, replaying it, but it was a good shot at first. I was just glad I don't think I broke my jaw, so I'll be fine.
Oh, no, that cheek looks a little swollen there, Coach. Just saying. All right, let's get to some game. He's a champ. He took it like a champ. First quarter, no score just yet. Old Faithful, always available. Mahomes to Kelsey. Are you kidding me? That's a 46 touchdown between those two, tied for most between a QB and receiver duo in Chiefs history. They can get it going. Always open, that man. My goodness.
Or you could just hand it off.
Or, right, that part. You could also do this to Isaiah Pacheco, who I left on the bench, but it's all right. Chiefs extend their lead 20-3 at this point. I know Stafford injured, still watching from the side. In his place is Bryce Perkins here in the fourth quarter. Let's get a touchdown on the board, shall we, Rams? Sure. Over to Van Jefferson. 7-yard score, and they cut the lead in half. Rams lead 20-10 there. Fourth quarter. Oh, deja vu, maybe? Perkins to... No, because Jarius had a little something to say about that. Nice pick there. The Chiefs go on to win this one 26-10, the final. You got to give it up for Kelsey. I mean, he has just been standout from his entire career. He ranks 5th in the all-time list of most receiving yards by a tight end, in good company with Chiefs Hall of Famer Tony Gonzalez, who is first on the list, of course, wearing that gold jacket. All right, a little more read and react here, Willie. 1 week ago,
Yes.
you showed us just how impossible covering Travis Kelce was. And Sunday, he went out and added Jalen Ramsey to the list of guys that he's beat. I mean, he just keeps stacking them up.
It's a tough cover because you got to figure it out. They tried it with a linebacker, a safety, and a cornerback. He leads everybody in the league with 12 touchdowns, which means he's averaging 1 a week. But what he does is so special, okay? Here's 2-man, which means 2 high safety playing zone, and it's man-to-man underneath all the way. They recognize that. This is 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and they're lined lined up in a bunch formation. Kelsey is the point guy, okay? Forson's going to go over. Right now, this route by Juju, this deep post right here, is going to tell Mahomes where to go because that is going to make the safety come over because that's the first threat. That's where they need help. So that's going to vacate a lot of space. That puts Jalen Ramsey and Kelsey one-on-one. Now, Ramsey is one of the best cover guys. He's tall, he's rangy, he's athletic. But look at the separation that Kelsey gets. He's not the fastest guy in the league, but he has elusive speed. He's very good in space, and that's run after catch. He scores a touchdown on one of the best defenders in the league. So I keep asking everybody, all the defensive coordinators, how do you stop Travis Kelsey? They move him. They put him in a lot of receiver positions. They make it tough for you to figure out where he's at. But they also create the matchup with what they do to you. And once he gets the ball in his hands, it's always something special that happens.
The next defense that will try and stop Kelsey, Cincinnati on Sunday. And tomorrow on NFL Total Access, you're going to show us how you would defend him, Willie. So be sure to tune in for that. Right now, a look at the Browns taking down Brady yesterday.
Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in Cleveland.
They give it off to Hunt. He reverses it, destroys. He's wide open. 25-20 with Brissett blocking. 10-5, touchdown. What a play!
Play action fake, dropping pass to the right side. Caught ball. Coquille. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
He's back to pass. Inside the 10. They're going to hit him and jack him. They got him. Myles Garrett got home. This is it. 4th down and 10. Back to pass. Here's Brissett firing. End zone. Oh, what a catch by Njoku!
He went up with one hand. What a catch when you needed it the most.
Back to pass. Here come the Browns. Right at Brady, and they got him. Myles Garrett got him. Brissett's back. Settles. He's got Cooper wide open. He caught it. 20, 15, 10, 5, 3-yard line. They give the ball to Chubb. He's in, and the Browns are winners.
I mean this in no disrespect, but in the words of Tom Brady, that was f***ing awesome. That was f***ing awesome.
All right, so their win against the Bucs puts the Browns at 4-7 on the year, 3rd in the AFC North standings. And yeah, guys, there is still a chance mathematically some way that they could have some playoff hope still alive here. David, let's read and react and see how they could get that done the rest of this schedule.
Let's do a little thought experiment. Okay, so if you're playing quarterback in the National Football League, it's already difficult. But if you take 695 days off, which is where we stand today, that's how long it's been since Deshaun Watson has played quarterback in the NFL. It'll be 700 by the time we kick off this weekend. That's crazy, right? That's a lot. Do anything or don't do anything for 700 days and see what happens. But let's see what happens. Let's just put him in this Browns team and see if we can crank through this schedule. Now look, they're playing the Texans. It's in Houston. They're going to win that game. I mean, they're a better football team, and Cleveland could just run the football every time and probably win that game the way I've seen the Texans' defense. Now you play Cincinnati. All right, you're in the Cincinnati Bengals home stadium. You're going to lose that game. Cincinnati's playing really good. The Baltimore Ravens. All right, when you look at the Ravens, right, this year earlier, they only lost by 3 points, right? Already one time. Now you add Deshaun Watson. Is he worth 3 points? Maybe. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he's worth 3 points. Now, you could say, the way we've seen this guy play in the past, they can win every one of these games. But there's got to be a little ring rust. So as you go through this, they got 6 wins. The Saints, I think they're a better team than the Saints. Saints can't score.
On the tape, and when he came out, I had him ranked as my top quarterback, and the biggest reason, David, is because of his feel for the game. Now, that's a little bit tough to explain what the feel is, but it's the ability to kind of see how things transpire, see where the defense is, and attack accordingly. And they've had some issues here with their offensive line and, you know, their wide receivers trying to get on the same page. He's had a tough schedule since taking over as a starter, but I really, really like what I see. When they start to put everything together, I believe he's going to be in great shape because he does have that feel, knows how to attack a defense, knows how to get the ball in the right spots and to react to what a defense is doing early in the down. So I like what I've seen so far, even though the results haven't equaled a lot of wins for this football team.
Yeah, I agree, and the numbers are probably a little bit lower than he wants, but he throws with great anticipation, and he's got really good poise, so I agree with you, man. It's going to be fun to watch these guys compete. Appreciate it, man. Have a good game. All right, so back to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor has been back to his old ways since the change at head coach. Before Jeff Saturday took over as interim, he was averaging 77 yards a game. But since Jeff Sunday took over, he's at 115 yards. No, it's Jeff Sunday. Yes, I said it right. Jeff Sunday took over. He's averaging 115 yards per game in the last 2. For more on JT, mooch me up. Mooch me up.
All right, mooch me up. All right, there's a reason we stand these guys up back here. Jonathan Taylor, he's like this, right? So you can see the defense. Well, run and pass game. If it's pass protection, you got to know who you're going to block, and then maybe there's an extra guy, so you got to stand up and see it. That's why we don't go down anymore, all right? Also, in the run game, a heavy box will say, hey, I only have 6 blockers here, right? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's an extra guy. You got to know where the extra guy is because you're going to take a hit. You got to protect the ball and protect yourself. All right, so, MJ, can I?
Here you go, Coach.
Here's what you got to do. When you're standing back there, I used to play running back in 5th grade. All right, so you stand there, and you're standing up, and you're looking at it. So your eyes are like this. You're like this. You don't want to be like this, like a quarterback, but you want to scan it. I know the right guy right there. That's my linebacker. That's a safety coming off. And I know where the extra guy is because my eyes tell me so. Let's take a look at it right here on film.